Hello and welcome once again to Rostrevor Area News Bite. And my apologies, I wasn't here last week. Something unexpectedly came up at the last minute that couldn't be avoided. So that's the first week we've missed. Anyway, GA News, we'll start off with that. Last Friday night, I had the pleasure of actually being in attendance down at Ballymartin, where this group of fine young men, Rostrevor under 13 team, came up against a strong and raked team in the South Down final, and things were going according to plan until about the last 10 minutes, and the Kingdom hit the Reds for a couple of killer goals, and they really were sucker punches because it just deflated our boys. But they give a great account of themselves. They've played some wonderful football all year, and I've always been of this view that age level, that underage level, is, from a spectator point of view, is a joy to watch and much more enjoyable on the eye than before the more cynical stuff comes in as they get a bit older. And there's the great Johnny Devlin, and Johnny has the makings of a fine footballer, and that's a great shot from Louis McNally last Friday night. But unfortunately, they just fell short of the finish line, but they'll come good. Now, 3 or 4 of those guys then were called up to accompany the under-15 panel, who travelled to St Michael's, Maherlin, last Sunday. And again, a game I was at, a game I thoroughly enjoyed. There's there's a hardcore of support that follows that under 15 team. My own wife, Rosemary, is probably leader of the pack. Suri and Michelle Farrell, Sheila Clerkin, Michelle, Peter Clerkin, and Jarlath Tinnelly, and 4 or 5 other sets of parents, and it really has become a great social gathering, socially distanced social gathering, of course. And as we try and see out the last emblems of summertime. But anyway, to the game itself, the lads had a fantastic win down there in Maherlin in the quarter-final of their own championship, which was on a scoreline of 1-14 to 3-6. Now, I'm led to believe that St Michael's, that was only their second defeat in 2 years. So it's a credit to the lads. And there was a couple of boys get injured. We had Evan Doyle took a few heavy hits. Evan is a real warrior of a player and will put his head in where people wouldn't go in with a digger. So he's an incredible player, hard as nails, and no doubt, and we hope he has a speedy recovery and bounce back. And also to Keelan Devlin, who took a heavy hit till his right ankle and had to go off. So next up for this group of young lads is the championship semi-final against Logan Island, and at this moment that is scheduled for 12 o'clock this coming Saturday in Rostrevor. So my very best wishes to the whole team. I hope they are all fully fit. My own son Oren plays them, and my nephew Thomas and nephew Kyle. So I want to wish them all the best. And to the management team of Stephen Caulfield, Roger Morgan and Piers Kane, the very best wishes to you, and thanks for bringing us such enjoyment over the past number of months. It was a curtailed season, but there's been some mighty crack at those games. Now, last week when I should have been here, I should have been celebrating the fantastic victory of Rostrevor senior ladies in the intermediate championship against Bourne last Sunday week ago. And there's a short video here, and Callum's maybe just going to play it. So this was a third championship final in a row, third intermediate final in a row, and they come up short in the last 2 of them. So it definitely was a victory to savour for the squad of players, especially the elder statespeople of that panel who have toiled for many years without getting their hands on the silverware that their efforts warranted. And there is Stephanie McConville, the captain of the team, and a wonderful captain she is. She buried a penalty in the final, and as it turned out, that was the winning score. So the ladies now go forward to play the Donegal champions St Noel's this coming Sunday. That competition goes on till Ulster. So the very best wishes to them this Sunday coming. I'm not sure what the situation is with supporter attendance at the game in Donegal. So I just would remind supporters and people that are proposing to follow the team to keep an eye on club social media to see exactly what is allowed this coming Sunday. I know the regulations are different on the other side of the border. And just in relation to the game on Sunday, there has been quite a few sponsors have stepped up to help the girls in their quest for an Ulster title, and it's very welcome and very much appreciated by the club in what has been a trying season for every club, particularly the finances. Now, the other thing was then in relation to the club, of course, the lotto continues on a weekly basis. The lotto can still be bought from the usual sources, and although that was always part of the busiest night of the week, which is Thursday night of the bingo. The bingo, of course, has been parked for many months now. But the lotto goes on, and I would encourage, and the club would certainly encourage people to continue to provide that revenue stream for the club to keep the teams on the field. So that's pretty much it for club notes for this week. So just the very best wishes to the under 15 boys on Saturday in the championship semi-final versus Lough-Island, and to the senior ladies in their Ulster championship game against the Donegal champions on Sunday. Now, moving on. Last Saturday, we had Holy Communion in the parish for the Kilbrony Integrated School, and this coming Saturday it's the turn of St Brona's Primary School, and then the following week it will be Killowen. So over 3 weeks, over 3 Saturdays in the parish, and my congratulations to the children who made their communion last Saturday. They got an absolutely glorious day for doing it, every bit as good as anything you get in early summer. So let's hope and fingers crossed that remains the case this Saturday coming, which is a big day in any child's life. So all the best to them, and indeed to the Killowen children on the following week. Now, a very controversial issue is coming down the track over the next number of months, and I have raised the matter and addressed it on my own social media pages. It's the issue of the car parking proposals for Kilbrony Park. There's a paper currently working its way through council that eventually will come back for decision. So I know how passionate and the local people are in relation to the park, and I certainly have no hesitation in saying that I will be resisting this to the very, very last. And I hope, and gauging from the reaction on social media, that that certainly would be the overwhelming view of local people. And when I talk about local people, I mean everybody from out as far as Newry, who regard Kilbrony Park as their own park, because down this end of the county we only have Kilbrony Park and the district. Sorry, Kilbrony Park and Slieve Gullion. So there is a proposal to bring in charges right across the district. So there's a so-called level playing field in relation to all the parks that the council have control over. But I will certainly be making the case for Kilbroney that every park should be judged on its own merits, and I have a litany of stuff to put forward that would back up my assertion that this is a crazy idea and it's never going to work. So that's one to watch over the coming months. There will be a public consultation on the recommendations that are finally brought to the table by the consultants, and I would hope I would keep people informed as to when that consultation will be taking place and what form it takes. So I would encourage everyone to let their views be known via that consultation, and we'll see what happens there. But the intention is to have this decided one way or another and in place by Easter time or shortly thereafter in 2021, providing we all get back to normal. So that's it for this week from Rostrevor Area News. Glad to be back here again. And if anybody wants anything brought up next Wednesday night, please feel free to get in touch with me before Wednesday. Thank you.